A good evening and welcome to Logan Field here on the Tonawanda Nation as it is time for some Can-Am Senior B Lacrosse as the Tonawanda Braves play host to the Onondaga Redhawks. Hello everyone, my name is Trevor Butts, so happy to be with you for this edition of Tonawanda Braves Lacrosse here on Blue Squatch Productions. It should be a great matchup in store for you as the 3-5 Onondaga Redhawks taking on the 6-3 Tonawanda Braves, two of the Can-Am's top teams in action here tonight as Gates Abrams trying to get things started right away for Tonawanda with a quick early shot, but the initial save is made for Onondaga as try to get a look at the goaltender here for the Redhawks. Want to say that's number 35, JP Fragola, in between the pipes for Onondaga today as Tonawanda on the attack. Nathan Grennan steps in and fires. Big save made by Fragola as that's his second save early on here in the ballgame within the first minute as Onondaga will get their first possession now of this contest. Really getting on the attack here. Pete Benedict plays it over to the near side of the floor. Rio Johnson, one of the league leaders in scoring last season for Onondaga. Rio Johnson, one of the most electrifying young players here in the Can-Am Lacrosse League, but time will run out on Onondaga. Here's Silas Jonathan, quickly in transition, he scores! Silas Jonathan in transition gets Tonawanda on the board. It's a 1-0 lead for the Braves, and there you can see Silas just pick up the ball after the shot clock violation, take it right down the field on the breakaway and bury it. His first goal of the game, and first for Tonawanda here in this one as the Braves have the early advantage. Onondaga running a bit of a short bench tonight. Not too many runners here as they're dealing with some roster issues, some suspensions, what have you, as Tonawanda now back on defense as Onondaga wins the draw. Redhawks, Mason Homer with the ball at the point. Plays it over the near side for Rio Johnson. Johnson goes to the far side, dropped there by Hill, picked up by the Braves as Tonawanda bringing the ball back up the floor. Cam Seneca sending a long pass forward for Owen Hill, takes the shot, but just over the net from Hill. In the corner, bringing it back up the floor are the Redhawks. Onondaga looking for their best chance here in this contest so far. As Rio Johnson takes over. Johnson, toe drag, has a man in the middle, finds him, but a good slide there from Tonawanda as coming over there for the Braves was number 4 for Tonawanda. Excuse me, that was Mike Smoke with a good defensive play. Braves in transition. Unable to strike here, but Dan Kritkowski picks the ball up in the corner. Kit Kat gets it over to Gates Abrams off the one-handed pass. Abrams thought about the early shot, but decides to throw it over to Nathan Grennan. Grennan has some room, goes down low. Quick shot, big save from Fragola. Back the other way come the Redhawks, losing control of that one, and picking it right back up is John Pierce. Pierce gets to the net. Save made from Tonawanda's starting goaltender, Joel Watson. Watson spent some time with the Las Vegas Desert Dogs and the Rochester Nighthawks in his NLL career. Owen Hill, ball in his stick on the far side. Hill has a pick from Grennan. Still Hill, looking for an option. Goes cross floor, quick shot, they score! Some great passing there for the Tonawanda Braves. Leads to their second goal of the game as Nate Sinez taps that one home for Tonawanda, putting it into the low corner. Great grab by Sinez to catch the high pass from Owen Hill, able to bring it down and bury it in that bottom left corner. An excellent play for him as he gets his first goal of the game as Owen Hill picks up the point as well. Some great playmaking from Hill, a former scoring champion in his own right here in the Can-Am Lacrosse League. Kent Baker Printup goes down low, quick feed in for Steinbeck Parker, but Fregola there to make the save. Becker forces the turnover here as that ball goes back into the crease. Some great defensive pressure being brought there by the Tonawanda Braves. It's actually a 10-second call, and it will be Tonawanda's 8 seconds call, as it'll be Tonawanda possession here as Gates Abrams takes over. Abrams, ball on the near side. Started his drive in, passes it out. Quickly in for Steinbeck Parker. Steinbeck Parker is trying to spin off his man. Gets a pass in the middle for Grennan. Grennan takes the shot and scores. Great finish from Nathan Grennan off the feed from Avery. Steinbeck Parker and Tonawanda off and running to a 3-0 lead. And there you can see the nifty move from Nathan Grennan to bury that one for the Tonawanda Braves. As Tonawanda out in front now, 3-0. Get one more look at that nifty move from Grennan, who tucks it home. His first goal of the game, as the man who spent parts of last season with the Toronto Rockets, his scoring account opened up here today, as now Onondaga looks to try and get the ball up the floor. Not going to happen here. Logan knocks it free. D'Amico with a shot. Big save made by Fregola. Onondaga having some trouble getting it out of their own zone. Able to do so here. Mason Homer bringing it forward. Transition opportunity for the Redhawks, but the shot goes wide. Loose ball snagged by Onondaga. Trevor Hill has the ball in the near corner. Goes cross floor now for Pierce. Pierce starts to drive in. Shot on is stopped by Watson. Loose ball picked up in front of the net by Brett Logan. And the ball ends up going out of play. It'll be a turnover against Tonawanda. Onondaga has the ball. Here come the Redhawks, looking to get their first goal of the ball game. Trail 3-0 right now. Trevor Hill trying to drive in. Takes a low bouncer, puts it wide. Rio Johnson fighting for the loose ball. Unable to get it, though. Good work by Patterson to keep it away from him. Patterson able to pick it up in the corner. Evades one check. Now trying to bring it up the near side. Loses control. 3-on-0 for Onondaga. Johnson with the shot. But a save made from Watson. Ball still with the Redhawks. Shot. They score. The outside shot from Pete Benedict gets Onondaga their first goal of the game. And you can see the aftermath of the 3-on-0. Ball goes into the corner. Feed goes cross floor right to Benedict, who's just able to squeak that one past Joel Watson. As Onondaga opens up the scoring here in this game. 3-1 the score line now, as we are just over 6 minutes into this first period of play between these two Can-Am rivals, the Tonawanda Braves and the Onondaga Redhawks. Braves sitting in second place. Onondaga down in fourth, as Gates Abrams has the ball on the crease, flips it back for Anthony D'Amico. D'Amico coming around into the middle of the floor, goes into the corner. Gates on the doorstep. Big save made. Kent Baker Printup has the fresh 30. Sends a high arcing pass up for Nathan Grennan. Grennan going to run the offense here for the Braves. Starts to drive in, immediately draws a double team. Grennan being hounded here by Redhawks. There's an open man in the middle. Shot on is stopped by Fregola, as Owen Hill had the open look. Grennan draws a ton of attention there. Nearly benefited Owen Hill for Tonawanda. Flipped back onto the far side for Hill. Grennan. Hill. Swim move. Gets to the crease, trying to go back for Grennan. Passes deflected down. Second attempt turned away by Fregola. Loose ball in the corner. Snagged by Pierce. Pierce can't hang on to that one. Nathan Grennan forces the turnover and decides not to push it in transition as he will wait for some reinforcements off the bench. Gates Abrams being one of them. Here is Abrams driving to the net. Draws the double team. Flipped in the middle. Grennan with the shot. Big save made by Fregola. Fregola now going to send a long outlet pass forward, looking for his man in the corner and Trevor Hill, but he can't come away with that one, as that's some good work by Mike Smoke to get the ball back for Tonawanda. Hill, 2-on-1, shot on is stopped by Fregola. JP Fregola having a nice start to this ball game for Onondaga. He's been under some heavy duress, but only 3 by him so far. Baker Printup with the shot. Stopped by Fregola, but a reset here for Tonawanda. KBP as the ball in his stick goes to the low corner. Quickly back for Sinez. Sinez down low, they score! Some more great ball movement leading to a goal for Tonawanda, as the Braves make it a 4-1 lead. Nate Sinez picks the corner for his second goal of the game. The lead grows to 3 now for Tonawanda, as I know the board on your screen says 3-1 with 11:37 to go, as it is indeed a 4-1 game. That was the second goal for Sinez. Silas Jonathan has one and Nathan Grennan the other, as it is a 4-1 lead for the Tonawanda Braves here over the Onondaga Redhawks on Blue Squatch Productions. Thank you for spending part of your Friday night watching some Blue Squatch Productions here, as we're so happy to bring you Can-Am Lacrosse from the beautiful Logan Field here on the Tonawanda Nation. Corey Becker being held, and that will draw a penalty, as Corey Becker held all day there by Mason Homer, and it'll be the first power play of the game for Tonawanda, as you got to see the end of it right there. And this is a much better look at it there, no doubt about it, as Homer wrapped up over Becker. Easy call for the official, and the power play on the floor here for Tonawanda. Here's Anthony Patterson up for Gates Abrams. Owen Hill back for Gates. Abrams, outside shot blocked in front. Patterson able to secure the rebound here for Tonawanda. Owen Hill with it on the far side. Skip pass for Patterson, low shot turned away by Fregola. Loose ball in front, and Owen Hill's going to come away with it. Fresh shot clock for Tonawanda. Grennan is stopped. Loose ball in front. No control yet. Thought Onondaga had it, but not just yet, as a Brave is lit up down low. I think that was Kent Baker Printup taking the heavy hit. But shot goes out. Turnover in possession for Tonawanda, as the Redhawks will take over. Terry plays it over to the near side. Quickly back into the middle for Terry. Terry shuffles it over for John Pierce. Looking to try and kill some time here with 57 seconds remaining in the holding call to Mason Homer. Shot on goes wide. Back over the midfield line for an over and back violation against Onondaga, as Tonawanda will have possession. This is the second of 4 meetings between these two teams. Onondaga got the best of Tonawanda in the previous meeting. Back on the road, as the Tonawanda gets goal number 5 here in this one on the power play, and the Braves extend the lead. And you get another look at the latest Tonawanda goal. Gates Abrams just flips it to Anthony Patterson on the doorstep. A nasty little play there from Tonawanda, as Patterson gets his first goal of the contest. Gates Abrams gets on the score sheet as Tonawanda now leads it 5-1. Mentioned this was the second of 4 meetings this year. The last meeting between these two teams came on May the 3rd back on the road in Onondaga, but where the Redhawks got the best of the Braves 13-12, but Tonawanda looking to avenge that loss here and pick up win number 7 on the season as Nathan Grennan has the ball in his stick. Grennan steps in and shoots. Big save made by Fergola. Steinbeck Parker with a one-handed loose ball in the corner. Shot clock hasn't been reset, but it should be a reset as Silas Jonathan forced to just take the long outside shot, and a tough break there for the Braves. Quickly back the other way is Terry. Terry driving in, takes the low shot, but can't get that one on net. Slash here in the corner, and it looks like a penalty coming up against Onondaga, as looked like some heavy slashes being delivered here as we got a goal at the other end. Nate Sanez with his hat trick goal dunks it home. And Tonawanda able to extend the lead as we'll get another look at that one here. The Braves just moving in transition. Great feed in for Sanez on the doorstep, able to just tuck it up over the shoulder of Fergola as Dan Kritkowski picks up his first point, and the shots wildly in favor of the Braves right now, 24-3. As that is a large disparity, but I guess the good thing for Onondaga at this point, only 3 shots on target, but one of them has found the back of the net, so you are shooting at a good clip so far. But the last goal, Sanez from Kritkowski, as Tonawanda back looking for more. Baker Printup can't hang on to that pass, as Tonawanda will remain on the power play. It was a 5-minute major, just seeing now, assessed to Blake Terry. And that is not what Onondaga was looking for. A 5-minute major and a penalty coming off of it. A tough break there for the Redhawks, as Tonawanda going back on the attack here. Got the goal and the 5-minute power play, so all working out right now for the Braves as they go on the attack. Grennan steps in and fires and scores! Grip it and rip it. Nathan Grennan snipes the corner. It's 7-1 Tonawanda. And here you get another look at that beauty from Nathan Grennan. Steps in and snipes that top left corner. Just a hair below the right shoulder of Fergola. A picture-perfect shot from Nathan Grennan. And it is a 7-1 lead for Tonawanda as the Braves looking to make a statement here in the first period against Onondaga. They're trying to say that that loss earlier in the season was a fluke. Tonawanda looking for a dominant effort here in this one. Corey Becker has the ball in his stick. Flips it over to Gates Abrams on the near side. Down into the low corner. Coming in the middle is Baker Printup. Quick pass down low. Doesn't connect with Jonathan. Loose ball snagged by Rio Johnson. Johnson flips it over to Homer. Homer bringing the ball up the floor. Homer trying to drive. Takes the shot. Save made by Watson. I believe that's only the 4th shot of the ball game for Onondaga. And they've been able to get some fairly decent looks so far on Joel Watson, but only able to beat him once. Quick pass down low. Shot, score! 4 for Nate Sanez. This time Nathan Grennan setting him up. And it's all Tonawanda here early in this one. And there you'll get to see Nathan Grennan have all kinds of time and room, able to get the pass down low to Sanez on the crease, who buries it for his fourth goal of the game, as we will give you another look at that one. Grennan just has enough room to calmly get the pass off down to Sinez on the crease, who makes no mistake finishing it, and opens up a 8-1 lead for the Tonawanda Braves here over the Onondaga Redhawks. And during this break in the action, let's give you a look at the Can-Am leading scorers so far this year. Gates Abrams out in front, leading the league in points with 55. Lane Smith second from Allegheny. He's got 46. Owen Hill in this ball game for Tonawanda, 37 points for him on the season. Zach Miller from Allegheny, he's got 33 in fourth place. And then Waylon Abrams rounds out the top five. He's got 30 total points on the season. And now, just to note, this was from the previous week when the Can-Am posted on Facebook the leading scorers. So it is as of then. I believe it was the 29th a few days ago, something like that, around that time. But those are your leading scorers in the Can-Am Lacrosse League. As the leading scorer right now, Gates Abrams, flips it over to Nathan Grennan onto the far side for Owen Hill. O-Dog Owen Hill, a former scoring champion, finds the back of the net. Oh my goodness, how'd that one find its way in? O-Dog Owen Hill gets his first of the game. Let's take another look at that one. And here you can see Hill has just enough room to float that one in, and that drops between the wickets of Fregola. Wow, what a nice shot there. As Owen Hill gets his first goal of the game. We got to take a look at that one again as Tonawanda wins the draw. Just drops it right between the 5-hole of Fregola. And it's a 9-1 advantage here for the Braves, as they will turn it over, but immediately get it right back. Corey Becker strips his man. Transition opportunity for Tonawanda, but Steinbeck Parker puts the shot wide. Rio Johnson snags the loose ball out near midfield. Johnson looking for a pass, but he's on his offside. Goes BTB into the middle. Can't connect with Pierce. Loose ball picked up by Belter. Here comes Zach Belter, flipping it forward. Kritkowski, save made. Two former Tuscarora Tomahawks connect on that pass as Dan Kritkowski took the feed from the world champion Zach Belter, as he will head back to the bench. Spinning effort there from Pierce, but to no avail here as Tonawanda quickly back the other way. Gates Abrams in the middle, down low, quick shot on, bounce just wide. Jason Chiodo looking to pick that bottom right corner, but just missing on that attempt. Onondaga looking to bring it back the other way. 7-on-7 here. Rio Johnson matched up with Brett Logan. Johnson able to get away from Logan for now and flip it back to a friendly face behind him as Onondaga goes on the attack. Tedeschi onto the near side of the floor. Homer looking for a pass into the middle. Can't connect. It'll skip past the stick of Tedeschi and roll over the midfield line. It'll be a turnover. Here's Logan. Back the other way. Shot on and stopped by Fregola. Great save made there by JP Fregola to deny Brett Logan on the opportunity, but Onondaga still trails big in this one. It is a 9-1 lead for the Tonawanda Braves. Let's see if the Redhawks can change that here. Shot on is stopped by Watson. Trevor Hill with the quick look for Onondaga. Here's Gates Abrams. Back the other way. 3-on-1. Abrams looking for a around the world pass. Can't connect there, and I can see the smile on Gates' face up even from up here. He knows what he was trying there, but just didn't work out for him on that occasion as Onondaga has the ball back. You know, when you're up 9-1 in the first period, you can try some things like that. I don't have any problems at all with Gates putting in the effort like that, trying to go for some magic and give us a highlight too. Those are always nice to have. As back the other way comes Tonawanda as the Braves. Quick shot on. Save made by Fergola. That was Keenan Ninham with the shot there for Tonawanda. And I heard the groan from the Tonawanda bench after the save as they wanted their boy to get his first goal of the game. As Ninham, a D guy, doesn't always get those kind of chances. You know, his teammates wanted him to get rewarded for all his hard work that he puts in, as a low shot on from Pierce is blocked. Zach Belter soaked that one. As time will run out on Onondaga, it'll be a shot clock violation and a turnover by the Redhawks here as Nathan Grennan receives that pass. On the far side, in the middle, Gates Abrams all alone. Shot is stopped by Fergola. Looked like it deflected on the way to the net as Gates Abrams looking for his first goal of the game, nearly able to find it there. But speaking of guys looking for their first goals, Rio Johnson flips it over to the far side of the floor. Pierce thought about going down low, drives in, takes the shot on, but Joel Watson makes the save. Back the other way go the Braves, 3-on-1. Seneca in transition, shot is blocked. Trevor Hill got his stick up in the shooting lane of Cam Seneca and made the nice save. Shot clock is going to have to be counted manually here as Sinez goes PTB on the doorstep, but puts it right into the chest of Fergola. The Redhawks bringing it back down the floor, but it'll be an 8-second call against Onondaga as Trevor Hill unable to get it over the halfway line in time. Tonawanda just nothing short of dominant in this first period of play so far. Corey Becker flips for Grennan, who scores! Nathan Grennan buries the outside shot, and it's a 10-1 game. And there you can see another look at that one. Grennan with an excellent pick to create the space and blast that one past Fergola. Great finish there from the former Albany Firewolf and a man who spent part of his season with the Toronto Rock and the Ottawa Black Bears last year in the NLL. Hat-trick goal for Grennan, as I have him with at least 4 points in this one. Ball onto the near side, quickly down low, shot on is stopped. Loose ball snagged here by the Redhawks. Jason Ostoon trying to bring it up the floor, but he's harassed here by Kent Baker, Prunup and company that forced the turnover. Steinbeck Parker in the middle, some room. Pass over for Baker Prunup, but he can't hang on to that one. Great idea from Avery Steinbeck Parker as he knocks the ball to the floor. Avery Steinbeck Parker just don't stop. Chiodo with Steinbeck Parker in transition. 2-on-1 off the post. Nearly the 11th goal of the game for Tonawanda, but the post denies Avery Steinbeck Parker from making it a 10-goal lead. Turnover here. Rio Johnson with a low shot, unable to beat Watson 5-hole. Abrams will take control here for Tonawanda. 22 seconds on the shot clock, 25 on the game clock. So a bit of a difference here. Tonawanda will have to get the shot. Grennan down low in the crease as Fergola able to make the save. Ball nearly trickled in, but Grennan landed in the crease before it would have went in anyways, so it was a violation against him and the Braves. Onondaga looking for the last shot. Pierce trying to create one. Pierce, low bouncer on, goes wide of the net. And we have reached the end of the first period of play, and wow, what a period it was for the Tonawanda Braves. They are out to a big 10-1 lead here on Blue Squatch Productions, as you will get a look at the Braves headed off. We would just like to give you one more announcement here of the shots. 38-9 after one in favor of Tonawanda, as the Braves way out in front in that department. The Redhawks going to need to be a lot better here in the second and third if they want to get back into this one. As just before we head to break, we'd like to give you all a look at the Can-Am leading goal scorers here in this season, as leading the league in goals right now for Allegheny is Lane Smith. 28 goals for the big man down in Allegheny. He's got 46 points on the year. Gates Abrams tied with Owen Hill. They are second in the league in goals. They have 19 each. And then Xavier Taylor and Waylon Abrams each have 15 goals on their stat line, putting them inside the top 5 in the Can-Am in goal scoring so far this year. As we will step aside here, you are watching Can-Am Lacrosse on Blue Squatch Productions. Thank you to Grandma's Approved for everything they do down at 2133 Lake Road in Seneca Falls, New York. Be sure to check them out. At the end of one, it's Tonawanda 10, Onondaga 1, here on Blue Squatch Productions. Welcome back to Logan Field here on Blue Squatch Productions. And yes, Darren, I see the chat. 10-1. That's not a typo. That's not an error. That's our stat people here in Tonawanda do a great job. That is an accurate score. It is a 10-1 lead for the Tonawanda Braves here after one. It was nothing short of dominant for Tonawanda in the first period. They were all over this Onondaga team from the jump, and they're going to look to continue that here into the second. Onondaga is running a short bench today, so not as many numbers as they would like to have, and we know Onondaga's had some coaching issues and whatnot throughout the season as they try to find some stability to lead their way, lead their program, and lead the team here. As right now they're just looking to try and find a way back into this ball game as they made the long trip down. Don't want to make it one for naught here as the Redhawks on the attack, looking to get their first goal of the period. Pierce cutting in, and he scores. What a nifty goal from John Pierce, and that is exactly how the Redhawks wanted to get this period going. It is now a 10-2 game as Pierce buries that one right on the doorstep. And it is now only an 8-goal lead here for Tonawanda. This game not over, as this Redhawks team is a team that's never going to give up on a game. They will play and fight till the bitter end here as Tonawanda has the ball back, looking to go on the attack. Ball flipped in the middle, looking for Owen Hill, who was cutting through but unable to get it to him. And ball will go up and out of play, and possession will stay with Tonawanda. Ball down low in the stick of Nathan Grennan. In the middle, Hill running out of room. Flip for Becker. Onto the far side, Sinez into the middle, Gates down low. Great ball movement here from Tonawanda. Grennan outside, Gates inside, scores! What great ball movement from the Tonawanda Braves as they score. Gates Abrams buries it. And it is now an 11-2 score line. Ball is down, face-off is won here by Onondaga. Low shot in there from Mason Homer, turned away by Joel Watson. Back the other way goes Tonawanda in transition, but a violation off ball, courtesy of Avery Steinbeck Parker, will lead to a Tonawanda turnover. Rio Johnson receives that pass in the middle of the floor. Johnson has some time, goes for Hill, who takes a long outside shot, doesn't find the target. On the far side, Homer has some room, looks for the 5-hole, but can't beat Watson. Long pass coming here from Joel Watson, hits Gates Abrams off the bench, looking for a behind-the-back shot, can't finish that one. Blocked in front. Some good recovery there by the Redhawks as Tony Misano took one for the team there. Here's Sinez in the middle. Grennan down low. 4v4 out there right now. Kritkowski can't hang on to that pass. Ball in behind the crease. Kritkowski fighting hard for it for Tonawanda, but can't come away with that one. Possession will be awarded to Onondaga.
Thank you. Thank you. Does that help on there too? Okay. Thank you. Yep. 72 to the penalty box. 72 Onondaga.
And it's a too many men call that'll go against Onondaga. So Tonawanda will have the ball back as Grennan scores. Too many men the penalty, and it hurts Onondaga here as Tonawanda gets their 12th goal of the game, and you can see some excellent ball movement here from the Braves. Grennan cuts through the middle and buries it in the top right corner. Have that as his 4th of the game. What an impressive outing this has been for the man that spent the end of his season with the Toronto Rock, the former first-round pick from Panther City Lacrosse Club. As Tonawanda has a few first-round picks in the NLL draft on their team. As Nathan Grennan, one of them, Zach Belter, another. A few other guys on this Braves team have been drafted in other rounds as well. Anthony Patterson, Scott Johnson as well, just to name a few. Johnson not in the game here today, but plenty of high-caliber talent here on this Braves roster. And speaking of high-caliber talent, here's Kent Baker-Printup. Flips it over to Corey Becker on the near boards. Becker, skip pass onto the far side. Looking for Baker-Printup in the middle, but pass doesn't connect here. Becker with a good seal there for Steinbeck Parker, who picks up the loose ball. And we'll have the fresh 30 here. Clock hasn't been reset, but officials counting it manually as Steinbeck Parker has a lane in the middle, flips it to Hill on the near side. Skip pass over for Gates Abrams. Corey Becker in the middle off the post. Redhawks looking to secure possession here. Johnson pressed up against the board, spins away from his man Becker. Johnson got to leg it up the floor now. Flips it over for Gabe Edwards, as it will be a power play coming up for Onondaga, which will, I believe, be their first power play of the ball game. Toe drag here from Rio Johnson. Behind the back, flipping in the middle. Behind the back, shot on from Edwards is stopped there by Watson, as it will be a power play for Onondaga as the penalty goes to Corey Becker. He will make the long walk over to the box, and the Redhawks will get the power play as Becker will sit for 2 minutes or less for slashing, as Gabe Edwards will start with the ball here for Onondaga. See Griffin in the chat. Go Braves, as Braves helping you out right now, Griffin. They are putting on a show here for everybody watching at home and here at Logan Field. This has been a great game and a great showing from the Tonawanda Braves so far, as Silas Jonathan picks up that loose ball. Looking up, trying to find Zach Belter in the middle. He's got him. Belter bobbled it, but picks it right back up and will wisely backpedal to the corner and look to kill more time off the penalty. Corey Becker sitting in the penalty box. Becker, one of the best two-way players, transition guys that you'll find here in the Can-Am Lacrosse League. He can play offense, defense, transition, throw him in net. He can really do just about anything you ask of a player in this league. He's got to sit for 1 minute and 7 seconds right now, as Onondaga's Rio Johnson sends a behind-the-back pass that gets picked off here. Kritkowski showing off the speed, puts it low into the pad of Fregola, for who makes the save. Dan Kritkowski had a tryout with the Bandits at one point in his career, a former Tuscarora Tomahawk as well, as nearly burying that one was John Pierce the other way. Here comes Tonawanda moving in transition. Logan has a man. Logan takes the shot, but knocked down by Homer. Logan gonna fight for it in the corner. He's got Chiodo with him to help him out. Neither one able to get to that ball, as it will pop free. Back the other way for John Pierce. Rio Johnson shot is blocked. Keenan Ninham soaked that one as he took one for the team here. And credit to Ninham for being willing to step in front of that one. The birthday boy gets a nice birthday present there, as I'm sure he'll have a nice birthday bruise when he wakes up tomorrow, as Rio Johnson goes BTB looking for Hill in the corner. Can't find him off the boards. Benedict looking back for Johnson. Those two can't connect. Becker on a break all day. Becker stopped by Fragola. Corey Becker had some time and room trying to beat Fragola in the 5-hole, but JP makes a big save. Back the other way now. Blake Terry denied by Watson. Rio Johnson pressed up against the boards here by two Braves defenders. Johnson trying to duck under him and get away from him, nearly able to do so, but will be a turnover after the violation, as now Cam Seneca bringing it up the floor for Tonawanda. Seneca sends it forward for Gates Abrams, flips it into the middle for Ninham, but pass doesn't connect. Grennan not going to let that loose ball turn into a turnover. Steinbeck Parker gets it to Gates, looking for Ninham down low. Pass just misses the stick of Keenan Ninham, and officials are going to say that Keenan was in the crease, and it will be a turnover here against Tonawanda. Back the other way goes Mason Homer. Homer taking some heavy slashes from Brett Logan. Homer pump fakes one pass, now sends it over for Pierce. Pierce has some room. Low shot, he scores. How about that for John Pierce, as he gets his first goal of the game. And it's now a 12-3 scoreline here, as Onondaga, John Pierce able to shimmy into the middle, create enough room, and beats Joel Watson hip high on the far side to get the third goal of the game for the Onondaga Redhawks, as they're still down by a bunch, but that is a good sign for John Pierce and this Onondaga team, as Pierce has looked good in this game. He's created a lot of opportunities and some chances for his Redhawks team. First time he's able to bury one there. Sinez steps in, but misses wildly there. Ball goes down the length of the floor. Back the other way, takes the shot as Johnson, but he can't find the target. End-to-end action here, as Tonawanda will slow things down. Grennan has some room, takes the shot. Fragola makes the save. High caliber talent, KBP. Let's go Braves, says Karen Baker. You know it, as here is Kent Baker print up right now, doing his best to try and jar that ball free from Gabe Edwards, but Edwards able to shield it from him and keep possession for Onondaga. Terry onto the near side of the floor. Benedict has one today, goes far side, long outside rip from Tedeschi is denied by Watson. In the corner, Seneca fighting hard for it for Tonawanda, but he can't come away with that one. Terry instead for Onondaga has it. Johnson winds up, fires, but Joel Watson makes the big leg save. Loose ball out in front. Seneca bobbles that one. Picked up instead by Benedict. Rebound shot, they score. Gabe Edwards buries that one, and it is a 12-4 game now. The Redhawks starting to build some momentum. And here you can see a good look there from Benedict, but the timely rebound snagged by Gabe Edwards leads to the fourth goal of the game here for the Onondaga Redhawks, as we will now see a goalie change here for Tonawanda, as Joel Watson will head to the bench, as Wayne Abrams will head in between the pipes. Don't imagine that really has anything to do with the play of Watson, as he's been very good in this game, but a couple soft goals get by him, and Wayne Abrams in between the pipes here as he will get ready to face the Redhawks, as we do have to pause now for a moment as you're watching Can-Am Lacrosse here on Blue Squatch Productions.
Man. Yeah, he's trying to help Coach Onondaga.
Onondaga's fourth goal, scorer number 61, Gabe Edwards, with the assist number 10.
We are back. Everything's all good here at Logan Field. Just a kid wanting to go help out the Redhawks, give him some tips here as he sees the score line down 12-4. He knows Onondaga starting to find their way back into this one and might take just a few words of advice to get them back into this game, but fortunately everybody's okay and present and accounted for as we're back underway here at Logan Field. Tonawanda in on the attack. Avery Steinbeck Parker, all kinds of room, misses the shot, gets his own rebound, has another chance, can't bury that one. Fragola stands him up twice as we're going 4-on-4 here in the attacking zone for Tonawanda. Plenty of room for Grennan to operate. Grennan goes to the far side, down low, Abrams stopped right in front of the net by JP Fragola. Another excellent save by the young man in between the pipes. Pass there from Abrams, looking for Silas Jonathan going through the middle. That one doesn't connect. Grennan now, one-on-one, driving to the net. Grennan looking for a shot, but can't bury that one. Good job by the Redhawks defenders trying to keep Grennan out wide and not let him get to the front of the cage. Redhawks on the attack here. Onondaga looking to battle back into this one. John Pierce looking to lead the way for him, but knocked to the floor there by Belter. Turnover now by the Braves. Outside look there, goes wide from Homer, but a man down for Onondaga, as we don't want to speculate, but a Red Hawk player is down in some discomfort, and we will step aside. Back now on Blue Squatch Productions, it was John Pierce that was a little slow to get up for Onondaga. He was helped off onto the bench, as we hope he is okay and able to get back into this game. Pierce has had a great showing in this one for the Redhawks so far. I've really liked his game, and it would be a shame if he's unable to return. Hopefully he's back out there competing soon. As for right now, Anthony D'Amico battling with Jason Ostoon off the draw. D'Amico able to win it, but can't secure possession, as Blake Terry will pick it up and give the Redhawks the possession here with just over 8 minutes to go in the second period of play. Outside look from Benedict, nearly squeaks past Wayne Abrams, as that tested the veteran a bit more than I think he would have liked, as back the other way goes Kritkowski. Kritkat with the shot, but blocked in front. Loose ball muffed there by Sinez, as Onondaga goes back the other way in transition. The Redhawks looking for an option. Edwards takes it up top. Edwards flips it to his man on the far side. Being watched there by Belter. Rio Johnson has control behind the net. Johnson gets a switch. Matched up with Baker Printup. Into the middle, shot on. Doesn't find the target. Looking for the pass down low is Edwards. But a shot clock violation against Onondaga gives Tonawanda the possession. 3-on-1. Abrams pass down low. Grennan, return feed, scores! Another one for Nathan Grennan as Tonawanda continues to control this game. They now lead it 13-4. And you can see some of the great ball movement here from the Tonawanda Braves that has led to their 13th goal here of this game. A dominant performance from Tonawanda. As you can see, Braves streaking in transition. Tic-tac-toe on the pass, leading to the 13th goal of the game here with now just over 7 minutes remaining in the second period of play. Cam Seneca plays the ball forward for Gates Abrams, flipping it to the far side, looking for Steinbeck Parker. Unable to catch the pass, looking to fight for the loose ball though. Steinbeck Parker can't come away with it. Don't tell him that, as he's not going to stop working. So is Corey Becker, as he's looking for an 8-second call, and that's a smart play there by the veteran Corey Becker, as he was looking for the quick start here. Officials tell him he's got to go back, but no sense in Becker picking up that ball, as he knew the clock was ticking, and Hill gets the shot just wide of the net. Becker knew the clock was ticking, and Onondaga was approaching 8 seconds. If he boxed out and was able to hold his man off, he would get the violation. Does so there, and Becker continuing to make some veteran plays here as Johnson takes the shot and scores. Rio Johnson opens up his scoring account in this game. That is his first, and it's now 13-5. And you can see it was a good feed down low to Rio Johnson, who had to walk the tightrope on the crease, but able to beat Abrams to the far side. As we are now back underway, little over 6 to play here in the second. Anthony D'Amico picks up the draw here for Tonawanda. Took a few heavy slashes before he'll turn and head to the bench. Gates Abrams, man off the bench, catches that pass. Gates has some room to operate now as Edwards begins to close him down. Grennan, all kinds of time, into the middle. Pass doesn't connect. Grennan gets the ball back in the near corner. Grennan goes down low, looking for Hill, who has to let that ball go by him, as Owen Hill went through the crease. Knew he couldn't touch it, or else it would have been a turnover, but ends up being a turnover anyways here for Tonawanda. Mason Homer, the ball in his stick. Homer, bounce pass over to Pierce. Pierce winds up, fires. Abrams makes the save. Patterson picks up the loose ball. Outlets for Logan. Logan slow things down here as Brett Logan, the product of Akron High School, will flip it over to a teammate on the near boards, Nathan Grennan. As the ball in his stick, Grennan drives to the net, flip pass, shot on, score! Kent Baker Printup buries that one off the nifty feed from Nathan Grennan. And it's now a 14-5 game here for Tonawanda as Grennan continues to marvel here for the Braves. Able to just blow past his defender, finds the wide open Kent Baker Printup on the doorstep, who makes no mistake there as he gets the goal. KBP, a former 8th round draft pick for the St. Catharines team that is now the Oswegan Bears in the Arena Lacrosse League. Another former Tuscarora Tomahawk here on this Tonawanda roster is Kent Baker Printup, along with that man Corey Becker. And here's Owen Hill with the shot. He scores! O-Dog Owen Hill buries that one, and it's now a 10-goal lead for Tonawanda. And you'll get to see the end of that one there as Owen Hill blasts that one past the goaltender Fragola right into the 5-hole. Great look there from O-Dog to get that one into the back of the net. 15-5 the score here as Tonawanda leads on Blue Squatch Productions. Back now on Blue Squatch Productions. Shots 9-38 in favor of Tonawanda at the end of the first. Now shots 51 for Tonawanda to around 25, we believe, for Onondaga. So the Braves doubling up the Redhawks here in shots in this game. And it shows on the scoreboard. They lead it 15-5 as Owen Hill has the ball up top, quickly moves it down low. Gates Abrams has some time, flips it to the near side, looking for Nathan Grennan. Takes a heavy check there from his defender as he's going to fight for the loose ball in the corner. Grennan somehow able to come away with that one into the middle for Steinbeck Parker, who was unable to catch that pass. Gates Abrams in the middle off the post. Some great chance creation in this ball game here for Tonawanda. Abrams down low, shot, score! Gates Abrams finds Avery Steinbeck Parker, who buries that one, and it's just all Tonawanda in this one. 16-5, the lead for the Braves, and nothing that Fragola could really do there, going post to post, as it was just a great quick stick finish from Avery Steinbeck Parker to open up the 11-goal advantage here in this ball game. As ball is down, face-off being fought for here between Anthony D'Amico and Jason Ostoon. D'Amico able to pop it over to himself and keep possession. Some great work on the draw there by one of the top transition guys on this Tonawanda team, and Anthony D'Amico, as now Owen Hill looking to create the chance, but the shot is turned away now by Fragola. Becker picks up the loose ball in the corner, flips for KBP onto the near side. Hill, Becker in the middle. Shot is stopped by Fragola. Loose ball snagged here by Mason Homer. Homer has some room to operate, but is quickly closed in on by Braves and will flip it to Rio Johnson. Johnson matched up with Kent Baker Printup. Gets a pick and has some room. Gets the switch now. KBP switches back to Johnson. Pass down low, doesn't connect. Loose ball picked up by Tonawanda. Here come the Braves. Dan Krakowski, 2-on-1 with Belter. Here's Belter with a chance. He scores! Zach Belter buries his first goal as a Brave. Comes off a great feed from Dan Krakowski. And it's the 17th goal of the game for Tonawanda. And you can see here the Braves strike in transition. Great job by Kit Kat to draw the defender over as Edwards goes right to him, flips it back on to Belter, who buries it short side. And it's all Tonawanda in this ball game. 17-5 the lead with just over 2 minutes to go here in the second period as the Braves win another draw. Silas Jonathan in the middle, denied by Fragola. Oh man, I thought Silas was gonna bury that one. Great find to hit Silas Jonathan through the middle, but an impressive save made by JP Fragola. Ball into the near side. Trevor Hill driving in. Good defense there by Mike Smoke and the Braves. Loose ball picked up here by Johnson. Rio Johnson flips it back. Quick pass down low, shot goes wide. Second attempt, stopped by Abrams. Chiodo picks up the loose ball out near midfield, sends a high arcing pass that Cam Seneca is able to knock down. 3-on-2 here for the Braves. Grennan rings it off the post. Nathan Grennan deciding to step in and fire, and he nearly buried that one. I believe that would have been his sock trick goal. Grennan goes into the low corner. Quickly back up top in the middle. Seneca knocked down, nearly gets that one in. Great effort from Cam Seneca, but shot goes wide. Abrams can't hang on to that pass as it goes over his stick. Turnover now against Tonawanda. Pass into the middle, shot on from Hill goes wide. 24 seconds remaining here in the period. On the doorstep, there is Steinbeck Parker, who's denied. Loose ball now picked up by Mason Homer, as play will be stopped here as we have a timeout called by Onondaga with 13.2 seconds remaining here in the second period of play. Just want to take this time to say thank you to Grandma's Approved for their sponsorship and everything they do. Go check them out and all the goodies that they have to offer down at 2133 Lake Road in Seneca Falls, New York. Thank you to Grandma's Approved for their partnership, as without them, these streams would not be possible. As we will step aside here for a moment. 17-5, the lead for Tonawanda here on Blue Squatch Productions. Back here for the final 13 seconds as Onondaga looks to get their 6th goal of the game here before the end of the period. John Pierce back out on the floor. That's great to see. Redhawks got to get a shot off. Looking for the quick attempt down low as Benedict sends it to the corner, but no shot makes it on target here as we have reached the end of the second period of play. It is a 17-5 lead for the Tonawanda Braves over the Onondaga Redhawks. What a first 2 periods it has been for Tonawanda in this one, as we will now give you a quick look here at some of the leaders in penalty minutes in the Can-Am Lacrosse League this season, as you'll get to see some of their top penalty minute players on your screen. Shots now after 2, 59-27 in favor of Tonawanda, as Onondaga got a bit more in that second period, but not enough to catch up. As we go into the penalty minute leaders across the Can-Am, you'll see there on your screen Dana Ray, 41 penalty minutes, leads the Can-Am Lacrosse League. Darren Mohawk of Newtown second with 36. Darius Anderson from Allegheny is third in penalty minutes with 34. And then Keenan Ninham and Danny Weiss round out the top 5. They are both tied on 28 penalty minutes each. And that's the end of 2 here on Blue Squatch Productions. One more time, just want to say thank you to Grandma's Approved for everything they do and for their partnership here with us. 17-5 the score here on Blue Squatch Productions. back now on Blue Squatch Productions as we are getting ready for the third period of play between the Tonawanda Braves and the Onondaga Redhawks, as Tonawanda could be 20 minutes away from their 7th win of the season as they look to draw level with the Allegheny Arrows for the Can-Am lead. More on that later as we have a heavy collision right off the draw that will give possession to Onondaga. Shot totals now in this game 59-27 in favor of the Tonawanda Braves. As in the second period, 21 shots on target for Tonawanda, 18 for the Redhawks. So Onondaga definitely able to close the gap a bit in that second period and create more chances, but not able to beat the goalie duo of Wayne Abrams and Joel Watson very often in this one. Here's Kent Baker, print up in transition, has a man down low, quick shot on, is stopped by Fregola as he makes yet another nice save here within the first minute of this third period as the Redhawks back on the attack, looking for their first goal of the period. Outside look there from Pierce, denied by Abrams. Here's Kit Kat picking that ball up. Dan Kritkowski, all kinds of time, takes it and stopped by Fregola. Great look there for Dan Kritkowski on the breakaway as the former Tomahawk couldn't beat Fregola there, who has done all he can to help out his Redhawks squad in this ball game, but hasn't been able to get them in front yet as he hasn't had a whole lot of support in this one. 3-on-0, Logan breaks free, takes the shot, but denied by Fregola as Brett Logan, forced onto his wrong side and tried to go for a twister there, but big save made by Fregola instead, and Wayne Abrams on the other end with a save of his own as Becker brings it forward. 2-on-1. Sinez in transition off the left arm of Fregola. Good look there for Nate Sinez as he was going for goal number 5 in this one, but Fregola says no. Here's Grennan thinking about the outside shot. Goes to Sinez on the near side. Quickly back the other way. Now Sinez again in the middle, looking for that top corner. Can't find it. Breaking up the floor now is Onondaga's Blake Terry. Terry has a man down low. Finds him and they score! Trevor Hill right on the crease buries that one. And the Redhawks pick up their 6th goal of the game. And the pass coming from number 6, Blake Terry, as he hits his man down on the crease in Trevor Hill. And that quickly turns into the 6th goal of the game for Onondaga as Tonawanda able to secure possession off the draw once more. Chiodo with the ball in his stick. Chiodo flips it over to the near side. Bounce pass from D'Amico over to Kent Baker, print up. Pass in the middle, knocked down. D'Amico picks it back up. Chiodo looks for an outside shot. Can't find the target. Gets his own rebound, though. Behind the cage. In the middle, Silas Jonathan gets the reset. BTB shot denied. Great effort from Silas Jonathan, looking to make it on the highlight reel. But JP Fregola says, no, you're not putting me on a poster. Jonathan looking for it again. Couldn't hold on to that pass. Tedeschi lowers his shoulder, trying to run through his man. Lowers it again to go through Jonathan. Able to get it up over the halfway line. Homer flips it back. Toe track from Pierce. But good defending by Nidham to force him into the corner. Nidham, couple slashes delivered. Pierce toying with him. Takes the low shot. Abrams makes the save. Outlet pass finds Gates Abrams on the far boards. Abrams has a man on the crease. Takes the shot, but denied there as Mike Smoke was stopped on the doorstep. Ball goes into the corner for Onondaga. 2-on-1 as Zach Belter able to come away with it for the Tonawanda Braves. Belter takes a few hacks and whacks, but is able to securely get the ball into the attacking zone. Zach Belter already has 1 goal in this game. Takes an outside rip. Nearly buries it. Oh my goodness. I don't think anybody on the planet thought Zach Belter was shooting that one, but he nearly fooled JP Fragola with a powerful outside shot. Maybe he should take that shot more often, as he gave him a run for his money there. Johnson with an outside look of his own, but denied by Abrams. Becker hits Baker Printup in transition all alone. KBP denied by Fragola. Kent Baker Printup looking for a highlight goal as Tonawanda is trying to make a statement here in this one. Braves looking to maybe get on Sports Center here as Becker puts that one right off the back of Brett Logan. Loose ball picked up by Kritkowski, who's denied. JP Fragola has come to play here in the third for Onondaga. Kit Kat with another chance, but denied here by Fragola. Loose ball snagged by the Redhawks. Ball knocked to the turf, though, by Corey Becker and the Braves. And I'll tell you what, the trail checks there from Corey Becker are really second to none. He is excellent at knocking that ball free when players are trying to break up the floor the other way. Becker slows the play down and now is able to secure the extra possession here for Tonawanda. Becker looking for the shot, ends up getting blocked in front, and now corralled by Fragola. His pass knocked down by Grennan, who's able to get it right back. Grennan to Becker. Quickly onto the near side. Chiodo down low for Grennan. Or excuse me, that was Cam Seneca. Now back for Becker. Gates Abrams. Abrams winds up, fires, but is denied by Fragola. Terry picks it up in the corner. Terry able to get past Becker. Bringing it up the floor now for Onondaga. Hill trying to put on the moves to get past his man. Johnson unloads but misses wide. Loose ball snagged by Silas Jonathan and the Braves. Jonathan finds Chiodo off the bench. Chiodo off the junction. Man, the Braves just can't catch a break here in this third period. Tons of quality chances, but have been unable to find the back of the net here as Sinez's shot is intercepted. The Redhawks quickly back the other way. John Pierce faked the pass to Edwards. Now we'll go to him. Him and Edwards play catch. Pierce has it back once again. Pierce working on Hill. Pierce starting his drive in, but Owen Hill doing a great job to slow that drive in a hurry as Hill outlet the pass for Logan. Brett Logan finds Grennan down low, but he can't hang on to the pass. Great look there from Logan trying to find Nathan Grennan on the doorstep, but unable to hang on to that pass here as Onondaga back the other way. Redhawks will throw it over the halfway line, over and back the call. Kritkowski has a 2-on-1 opportunity with Gates Abrams, and those two can't hook up on the pass. Abrams beat to the corner by a Redhawk, but it's 2-on-1 for Tonawanda as the Braves look to try and take that ball away. Abrams and D'Amico trying to combine here, but good work done by the Redhawks. Jason Ostoon to secure possession for them. Rio Johnson cuts to the middle. Johnson takes the shot, but misses wide. And I'll tell you what, Rio Johnson, one impressive player. He's just missing those few other pieces around him that would really help him be the difference maker on this Onondaga team, as every star player needs support as Jonathan can't bury that opportunity. Nathan Grennan will have it calmly roll into his stick as he'll go left-handed here to start the Tonawanda attack. Grennan into the middle. Grennan has that ball knocked free. Trevor Hill with a great stick check to knock the ball into the corner. Grennan picks it back up, though. Grennan finds Jonathan in the middle. Shot, they score. Silas Jonathan buries it off the great feed from Nathan Grennan, who's got another point. Have that as at least the second of the game for Jonathan, as the clock will run to 10 minutes. Tonawanda leads at 18-6. And there you see another look at that finish from Silas Jonathan, as this really has been an impressive performance for the Tonawanda Braves from start to finish here. 18-6 the score, as it is now officially the most goals the Tonawanda Braves have scored in a game this season. And if Tonawanda is able to keep Onondaga to 6 for the remainder of this game, it will be the lowest amount of goals given up by the Braves in a game this season as well. Still a long time before that is determined, though, as just over 9 minutes to play sees Tonawanda with the possession on the attack, as Chiodo goes to Kritkowski, who unloads with the shot, but it is stopped by Fergola, as Kritkowski, an impressive player, and I'm sure a very welcome addition to this Tonawanda team, the product of Canisius University, is an assistant head coach at Canisius High School, and Kritkowski had a one-year tryout deal back with the Buffalo Bandits in 2023, as Becker nearly beats Fergola there, the former Thunderbird. Nearly put that one past. Outside look there from Benedict, who is denied by Abrams. Avery Steinbeck Parker spent time with his Six Nations snipers this past year in the Arena Lacrosse League. 36 points for Steinbeck Parker, goes to Brock University as well. Here's Sinez. Sinez onto the near side. Mike Smoke with the shot, stopped there. Rebound goes off the post. Not sure who got the shot off, but it did catch iron there. Fergola whacks the post. You can see he is locked in right now, trying to do all he can here as Grennan lets the outside shot go. Rebound was snagged by the Redhawks as they will bring the ball up the floor. Onondaga talked about it a bit before the game and a little bit during the game. The Redhawks have a short bench in this one. No extra runners for the Redhawks in this ball game, and this is a proud team with a proud tradition that has not been where they wanted to be throughout the year, on the verge of dropping to 3-6 on the season. A team that's used to being up at the top of the Can-Am standings finds himself in fourth as Sinez creates an opportunity the other way and scores. Nate Sinez snipes the top right corner, and that's his fifth of the game. What a show from Nate Sinez. My first time getting to see him with Tonawanda this season, and boy, has he made an impression, as that is officially the 80th shot of the ball game for Tonawanda, only 35 for the Onondaga Redhawks, so well over doubling up the Redhawks in shots are the Tonawanda Braves. And that's with a running clock here in the third. But getting back to my point on Nate Sinez, have him as at least having 5 goals in this one. First time getting to watch him with the Braves this season. Got to talk with Roger Hill before the game. He said that, it's getting to be a tough time of the year. Final rosters have to be decided pretty soon, and he said it's going to be tough. Some guys might have to be let go, as that's just part of the game, part of the sport. But I think Sinez has really made a good impression here today, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if Roger Hill and the whole rest of the staff, Bruce Johnson among others, decide that they want to keep Sinez for the rest of the season, because he has been impressive in this one for Tonawanda. But still, long time left to go in the season before that date approaches, as believe it's near the end of June, so still some time for those decisions to be made as Gates Abrams is stopped there by Fergola, as Tonawanda looking for their 20th goal of the game. The Braves have been all over it and have put on an offensive show here in this ball game. Ball along the near boards, picked up by Avery Steinbeck-Parker as he will send it forward for Brayley Abrams as Tonawanda goes on the attack. Logan has a pick, fires it on, but rings it off the post and it goes up and out of play. This is the 23rd game of the Can-Am season in total, as the Braves in their 10th game as a team, as now we're getting some extracurriculars down there, as Nathan Grennan having a chat with Jason Ostoon. Ostoon definitely has the size advantage in that matchup, but Grennan has more than shown off the skill as he will head to the penalty box and sit for 2 or less here, as the clock now under 4 minutes. Was starting to mention this is the 23rd game across all games in the Can-Am. It'll be a roughing call against Grennan, as home teams have done overwhelmingly good in games this season. We've seen it here with Tonawanda. The Braves about to improve to 5-0 at Logan Field, as there have only been, let's count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 road victories by Can-Am teams this season across the now 23 games, as that is definitely a low number, as only a third of the time, give or take, teams are winning on the road. So that shows you the advantage that you have when you're the home team, and especially the advantage that Tonawanda has being the home team here at Logan Field. As Anthony Patterson will get hit with an illegal cross-checking penalty that'll give Onondaga a 4-on-3 advantage, the rare 4-on-3 here late in this game, just over 2 minutes to go. The Redhawks looking to pick up goal number 7 on this contest, as they do right here. Gabe Edwards right on the crease puts that one home, and the score now 19-7. As unfortunately for Tonawanda, the Braves won't be able to say that they gave up their fewest amount of goals this season, as that will tie them with the 7 they gave up in the 16-7 win against Grand River for fewest goals given up in a game this year, but unable to set the record for the individual game. Instead, it's tied with the 7 that the Braves gave up in that game back on May 4th. These two teams have quite the extensive history, especially last season. 5 meetings between these two teams last year. Onondaga won the first one, 13-12, back on May 4th, 2024. But since then, the Tonawanda Braves have won the next 4 until the game earlier this year on the road. That one coming on May the 3rd, which Tonawanda lost 13-12. That snapped the 4-game win streak against Onondaga, but they're looking to start another one here, as the Braves under a minute away from capturing the win, as Silas Jonathan goes BTB. The style points for Silas, as he'll even get some fist bumps from the opposition. What a goal for Silas Jonathan. Got to get another look at that one. Jonathan picks up the loose ball all the confidence in the world, says, I'm going to go behind the back, and does just that. What a play from Silas Jonathan to put a gold star on top of this one for Tonawanda. 20-7. The score here as the Braves are about to get their 7th win of the season. Tonawanda victorious over the Onondaga Redhawks. 20-7 the final score. 85-30. Tonawanda will improve to 7-3 as we will give you a look here at the Can-Am standings entering today. Tonawanda will now be at 14 points, 7-3, and tied with Allegheny for first place in the Can-Am Lacrosse League. Newtown sits at 4-5. Onondaga, after this loss, will drop to 3-6, while Grand River holds down 5th place at 2-6. It's a tough weekend here for Onondaga as the Redhawks have to stay on the road as they'll take on the Allegheny Arrows tomorrow night at the Allegheny Community Center. That'll be a 7:30 game. Be sure to tune in to that one as we'll be down there ready for that game. Rest of the month is on the road for the Redhawks as they'll head back here to Logan Field on the 14th, while for Tonawanda, they will head on the road to Six Nations as they face off against Grand River on the 8th, and then back home against Onondaga here on the 14th of June. We will step aside for now as I'm going to go down, hopefully look to secure some interviews here, so stay tuned as we might have some of those coming up shortly. The score, 20-7 in favor of Tonawanda here on Blue Squatch Productions.
By the tee.
Trevor Butts down on the floor with Keenan Ninham of the Tonawanda Braves. And Keenan, for those that don't know, today is a very special day. Tell everybody watching at home what day today is.
My birthday today.
What a day for your birthday, and what a performance from your squad. 20-7 win over the Onondaga Redhawks. Tell me, is that the best birthday gift you can receive?
Oh yes, definitely. The best birthday ever. I could have topped it off with scoring, but I missed the net, but I'll take the win.
Scoring a goal might have been the only thing to make it a little bit better, right? But a win is what matters. You guys are now 7-3 on the season. What does a win like this do for your team to win in such dominant fashion over an Onondaga team?
I think this definitely sends a message to the league. We definitely did a lot of things to keep it up. And then we definitely have a lot of more work to do. You know, like, we can't take them lightly. Even like this game, you know, they only had 12 or 8 guys, but we still can't take it lightly, you know. We still got to keep the pedal down and keep going.
Braves got to keep the pedal to the metal as they did here today. What a performance from the Tonawanda Braves. 20-7 win over the Onondaga Redhawks. Keenan, thank you very much and happy birthday.
Thank you.
Grab him up. Just grab him up. Nate. Just go ahead and grab him. Yeah.
Trevor Butts down on the floor with Nathan Grennan of the Tonawanda Braves. And Nathan, what a game it was for you. You were all over the place. I don't have the official numbers in front of me, but I want to say I had you at least 5 goals. You were dominant on offense. Just tell everybody what you were seeing out there.
I think it's just coming to Logan Field. Getting to play outdoors is something totally different, but also just we came ready to play today. You know, in our past few games, slow start, but we got off right to a start, right with a transition goal. The defense kept us in it, and I just think that momentum and that ride the entire game, it's kind of easy to keep going. Once the boys are moving the ball, once we're swinging, once we're all cutting through the middle, it's just about finishing your shot, finishing the balls. And, we all had great nights tonight. There's multiple guys with 3-4 goals. I think it was just we put together a full team effort, and it's hard to stop when all guys are working together.
It was a great team effort for the Tonawanda Braves, and you touch on, being here at Logan Field. Just tell everybody what it's like for you, coming down here and getting to be a part of Tonawanda Braves lacrosse.
I mean, it's gorgeous. I didn't expect this. I knew we played outdoors, but field lacrosse is a different story. You're always outdoors, but coming outside to a box rink where you can feel the passion is true and there's a lot of passion here. All the kids out shooting and stuff like that. This is what it's all about. This brings a little more fire, brings a little more energy. And it's just sick to play outside too. It's pretty surreal experience. It's nice.
And you guys have a big game coming up this Sunday against the Grand River Warriors. That's a team that's hungry, looking to get out of the basement in the Can-Am standings. What do you guys have to do in that game to keep winning ways going?
We're on the road, and we got to just keep stacking wins together. But we also got to keep showing up, especially with these road games and things like that. We got to get there early. We got to get warmed up. We got to make sure we're eating right because we can't take any team for granted. Especially at these kind of near the end of the season, we got to come ready to play. And I think if we just kind of keep up what we're doing and reiterate what we did here tonight, we'll have a good way.
Nathan Grennan, thank you so very much for your time. I appreciate it, and best of luck on Sunday.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Trevor Butts down on the floor saying so long here from Logan Field. That'll be all. The final score, a 20-7 win for the Tonawanda Braves over the Onondaga Redhawks. Here as you were watching Braves Lacrosse on Blue Squatch Productions.